Hello, welcome to Retro Toy Princess. I'm Allison Troy. A few weeks ago, at the time of filming, I tested this Grizaye drawing kit, Sweeping Landscapes, which had some pencils in it and art projects. I quite enjoyed the pencils, and at the time of filming this, the video I don't think is released yet. At the time I'm filming this, by the time you're watching this, this video will be out. Probably linked at the end of the video. But I actually quite liked the pencils. Tried it out on a couple Star Wars pages in addition to doing this project here in the kit. When I finished that, I said, well, I want to try the full set. My brother and I were chatting, and I had mentioned to him, because he was asking what I was doing here on the channel, and he went ahead and bought me the 72 count set for Christmas. It's a little late, but you know, life is busy. Things don't always line up exactly at the holidays. So I got this about 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting to it. Thanks to my brother if he's watching this. Muchly appreciated. So I'm gonna try the full set out. Because I tried Star Wars pages with this set, I'm going to try some of the other stuff that I color here on the channel, just to see how it works. What was also cool is on the website, it just came with this box. And as you can tell, I kind of ripped it opening it to make sure all the pencils were in there when it arrived. And it does have sort of a swatch chart on the back, but as you know, this doesn't always match the actual pencil color, and that's pretty standard for all pencils, no matter how good. Just the printing process is not going to quite line up with what the actual pencil is. What I found cool was among the many printables, they did have the colored pencil comparison chart, and it has the polychromos, which I have a set. I have not played a lot with my polychromos. I need to spend more time with them, but it has a Prismacolor conversion basically. So if you're going to use Imperial Violet from Prismacolor, here's the corresponding pencil in that set. This is going to be really helpful for me. I use Prismacolor so much that I'm pretty dependent on it, and at this point I can just look at something and say, oh, I need violet and dark purple and lilac, and go from there. So this will be really helpful in sort of figuring this set out, so that I can at least do some pages I'm really happy with in this test. So anyway, really quick, I'm going to turn the camera off, and then I'm going to do swatching later. I'm filming this video in sections just so that I can make it work with life. There will be an edit, we'll get some swatching done, and then I'll come back after the swatching to do the coloring. Alright, through the magic of editing, we have swatched this. And here we go. This is a really good range of colors, and I feel like I'll be able to achieve with the color range exactly what I want / need. So I have picked a few different things. So first I'm going to be doing a page in this actual coloring book. Just because I do use a lot of commercial books, and they do have a really specific paper type. So I'm going to use this page with Sinestro and Star Sapphire. Star Sapphire has like a pinkish purple color scheme, and then Sinestro is in yellow. He also has a pink skin tone, like magenta. So it'll give me the ability to just really see what sort of glow effects I can create with the set. And then she's got a more, she's Caucasian, and then of course he's got sort of a purplish pink. So like I'll probably use hot pink and fuchsia for his skin tone, which is going to be pretty close to the colors I use for her. Because I have this color comparison chart, I will be able to figure it out, because for instance, for Star Sapphire's costume, if I were using Prismacolor, I would be using, where's it at? Oh, right here. I would use like pink and hot pink, processed red. They don't have on the comparison chart, but their hot pink looks close enough to processed red that with this sort of, these four right here, I should be able to get Star Sapphire's costume. It'll be a fun thing to figure out. So, and then I'm going to, because of the content I make for the channel and the pages I color here, I also picked a Strawberry Shortcake page, a Care Bear page, and I picked a Barbie and the Rockers page. Also, sort of, part of the reason, again, I picked this was it's printed on actual commercial coloring book. This is printed on one of the stocks of paper I use. This is on one of the other types of paper I use, and this one is also on the third type of paper that I predominantly use. So not only is it sort of testing a couple of the properties that I regularly color to see how the set will work with it, it also is going to allow me to test my different paper types. Okay, and we're back. Overall, I was really happy with how these pages came out using this pencil set. I do have a few, I don't know if they're complaints, there are just a few things I didn't like, so really quick, let's go over those. First, we'll start out with the Strawberry Shortcake page. For the flower on Orange Blossom's hat and the stripes on the socks, as well as the shoe flowers in Lemon Meringue's hat, I had to use lemon yellow, and I did so really lightly. Normally, if I were using Prismacolor, I would use a cream or eggshell or a combination of the two of them. Without that, I use lemon yellow really lightly and then sort of shaded with one of the darker yellows. I do feel like that's a color oversight in the set. There are 72 pencils, and cream seems like a no-brainer to me. It goes from white to like the lemon yellow. There's no sort of in between. So there's no color between white and the lemon yellow, sort of to fill that space, and at minimum a cream would be required in my opinion. Also, because there were so many blues and so many greens, I feel like you could have lost one or two of the blues or one or two of the greens because some of them are really, really close and not different enough that I wouldn't have wanted a cream substituted. That's sort of the only thing I ran into with the Strawberry Shortcake page. It is kind of significant because I do use cream a lot. So next, it's the Care Bear page. Overall, I was happy with how this went. Again, I do have sort of a thing I didn't like. This is more about my choices. The paper I printed this on is really thick and really heavy cardstock, but it's very smooth and does not have a lot of tooth. So normally for the sky, when I would do pencils, I would basically do really light, a lot of layers, and basically kind of almost do like a gradient. And because the paper was so lacking in tooth, I wasn't really able to create it as smoothly as I would have liked. Again, that's a limitation of the paper I printed this on and not necessarily the pencils. Next up is the Barbie page. Overall, really happy with this. This is again a place where the lack of a cream shade was a little annoying. I used cream as the first layer for doing Barbie's hair. And of course, with that lack of shade, I just had to use the lemon yellow, which is a little too yellow, to sort of get that sort of crispy golden blonde the Barbie tends to have. So that it was a limitation, again, because of the lack of a cream. Really small. I mean, overall, like for some people that might not even register. Not everyone's going to use that particular shade. And finally, there is the Star Sapphire and the Sinestro page. Some of this is the paper in the book. Again, I wasn't as happy with the gradient for the sky in the background. I tried to do like a space effect and it just didn't quite work. Again, that's a limitation of the paper and not actually because of the pencils. Which this is a commercial book. But what I realized while coloring in it, the paper in it wasn't the quality of most adult coloring books. I do coloring in a lot of Joanna Basford books when I'm not recording videos, of course. And I did do a test in a Joanna Basford book, and I'm going to drop that in right here. And this was much more successful. So if you're the type of person who isn't going to be necessarily printing as many things to color on your own paper, and you are primarily somebody who would do, say, Joanna Basford books or Kirby Rosanas, I did find these worked pretty well with both the Kirby and with this Joanna. And here's the proof of the Joanna. I don't have the Kirby because I didn't finish the page. These were $49.99 according to my brother on Amazon, and I did just check it, and that is what they're going for right now. For a pretty good quality set of 72 pencils, it's not a bad price. There are definitely some cheaper options on there. I did like these though. I liked them when I did the Land and Sea set, and I liked this set. I will probably use them quite a bit. So as far as are they any good, or are they terrible, or whatever, I thought they were pretty good, except for the cream situation. So again, your mileage will vary with that. So that's what I have. Would recommend if you find these friendly to your budget. Not everybody will. $50 for 72 pencils could be considered spendy. This is, again, your mileage, your budget will vary. But if this is friendly to your budget or you're wanting to try something a little bit different than some of the more budget-friendly pencils, I would definitely recommend trying these. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, if you could hit the like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. If you would like to see me color more pages like this, or if you would like to see more test videos of color pencils, subscribe, because I'm going to try to do at least one video a month where I test all the various sets I have that have been piling up that I haven't tried. If you have a set you would like me to do a test on, leave that in the comments. I probably have it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.